All right, Shalom Akim, Shalom, Shalom, the High Aquarium. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit, and Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. All right, before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakathum. All right. So in this lesson, I'm pretty much going to go into a couple of videos. And before I do so, I want to claim fair use of the Copyright Act, okay, of 1976. And, this is in regards to what's going on in this whole situation in Minnesota and how pretty much these Edomites are toning their voices, toning their voices as if, this is something new, but in actual fact, they all know what truly is, and something that they've always been ignoring. You know what I'm saying? They've always ignored it because they was always able to ignore it. You know what I'm saying? And so to get this whole thing started, I'm gonna get this in the book of Sirach and Salakia. My voice, my throat's kind of acting crazy, but this is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. And what I want to do is I want to grab this in a GNT, all right, and to give us a more modern type of perspective. Okay. So it says, Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, never trust an enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. Watch out and be on guard against him. Even if he acts ever so humble. He is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Okay, in the KJV it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Although he humble himself, all right, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Okay, and in this instance, all right, you're supposed to act as a magnifying glass to look at his behavior, to monitor this devil. You know what I'm saying? To look closely at how he behaves, how he rationalizes things. You know what I'm saying? Back to the GNT. All right, verse 12, it says, seat an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. You see? Seat an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words. and be and be stung with regret when you remember them. All right? So pretty much, even though the saying says, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, the scriptures tell you, all right, don't set him near you. Keep him far away from you. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 13, nobody feels sorry for snake charmers or wild animal tamers who get bitten. And nobody will feel sorry for you if you run around with sinners and get involved in their wrongdoing. Okay? So when it comes to all these protests and whatnot concerning ICE, you know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, don't go out there. Don't go out there. You see what I'm saying? Stay your ass home. This isn't for you. Okay? Because if you've been picking up what they're doing, all right, they're pivoting from the northern kingdom to the southern kingdom. All right? The whole point was to get you Jakes out there, you know what I'm saying? You so-called Negroes, West Indians, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get up out there, man. You Haitians, and start to riot and to protest and do all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like what they did in BLM, what they had you do with you know, with Antifa, all right? Because you notice that they mixed the whole BLM thing with Antifa. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing was to get you back out there again, right? And the thing about Esau and his tactics is that he's a one-trick pony. You know what I'm saying? He can't do anything new or anything original. You see what I'm saying? He does the same play. Right? So again, it says nobody feels sorry for a snake charmer or wild animal tamer who gets bitten, and nobody will feel sorry for you if you run around with sinners and get involved in their wrongdoing. You see what I'm saying? Don't get out there and put your neck on the line for this thing. You see what I'm saying? It's time for their kingdom to fall apart. Sit back and watch. You see? Sit back and watch. Now, of course, 2/3 are going to get caught up in all this madness. That's inevitable. It's a part of prophecy. Okay? But for the elect's sake, all right, the Lord's going to protect those that he preserved. So continuing on in verse 15, it says, an enemy will stay with you for a while, but not when trouble comes. You see what I'm saying? When you see these videos that I'm about to show you, you're going to get the understanding of what this precept means. Again, verse 15, an enemy will stay with you for a while, but not when trouble comes. He will speak fine words while he plots how to trap you. He will pretend to share your sorrows, but he will destroy you if he gets the chance. Verse 17, if trouble comes your way, you will find him waiting, ready to trip you up while he pretends to help you. He will be a different person then, rubbing his hands and nodding his head and spreading rumors about you. You see? So with that, let me get this going with the first video clip. Bear with me.
And this is the reason why we said we stay in our ass at home. We're chilling. This is not our fight. We don't have shit to do with this. This is why. Because it wasn't ever supposed to be anybody else but us. But see, we listened, and we sat our ass down and said, no, we're not coming out. And this is why. Because right now, all they're doing is just waiting it out. They wanted to go back to what they call normal. Because us being brutalized in the streets and murdered in the street was normal to them. And this is the reason why I will not be tricked into fake ass solidarity like some of you black folks on this app have been tricked into fake ass solidarity. It's not real. It's a facade. Because this is how they really feel. This is what they want. They want it to go back to not affecting them. They're just waiting it out. So we're going to wait it out. Because no matter how racist, how hateful y'all can still be, even though y'all see how much that is a detriment to your whole existence, and you are still being this hateful and this racist, your reign is over.
Okay. So, as you can see, again, never trust thine enemy. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. And this is the same person, this is the same kind of person right here who would tell you to your face that she's not racist, that she doesn't hold animosity. You know what I'm saying? Remember the quote. All right, remember this quote. Real quick. All right? You remember this quote. I'm not going to read this quote because this is going to get the video taken down, but this is the quote. You read it. You read it. Nothing has changed. Okay? Nothing has changed. The same sentiment remains. Why? Because Esau Edom is the same as he has always been. That's not going away. Let me get this here. All right, this is Job, chapter 14. Job chapter 14 and verse 4. It says, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Okay? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. You see, it has not changed and it will not change. And pointing out what she said at the very end, she said that your time is up. Your time of reign and rulership is up, man. You see what I'm saying? And she said, we have been listening. We stayed inside. So who is she listening to? Who are these people? Who are these jakes listening to? They're starting to listen to the prophets. Starting to listen to the prophets, man. Because we told you, stay your ass home. Do not involve yourselves with this, man. The scriptures say, follow not a multitude to do evil. Okay? Follow not the multitude to do evil. Yes, we see what they're doing to our brothers and our sisters in the northern tribes, man. We know this. We know this. But you have to understand, all right, that these are the 2/3. The 2/3 of Israel are going to get swept up in this, both from the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. That's inevitable. It's going to happen. All right. But what did Yahushua say? He said, let me get this real quick. Let's go here. right, Matthew chapter 5 and verse 25. It reads, agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. All right. Remember, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. We see what they're doing. We see that these are tragedies, okay, where families are being ripped apart. All right, amongst the northern tribes. You know what I'm saying? We know this is happening. Okay, now they're starting to grab up Gadites. You know what I'm saying? So we know that this is the time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, but we have to move wisely. You see? So again, like she mentioned at the end there, she said that your time is up. And Lord willing, I'm gonna grab that video again. All right, but I wanted to show you this this quote, because it summarizes perfectly, all right, who Esau Edom truly is. Excuse me. Okay. This is Job chapter 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So let's go back to that video.
And this is the reason why we said we stay in our ass at home. We're chilling. This is not our fight. We don't have shit to do with this. This is why. Because it wasn't ever supposed to be anybody else but us. But see, we listened, and we sat our ass down and said, no, we're not coming out. And this is why. Because right now, all they're doing is just waiting it out. They wanted to go back to what they call normal. Because us being brutalized in the streets and murdered in the street was normal to them. And this is the reason why I will not be tricked into fake-ass solidarity like some of you black folks on this app have been tricked into fake-ass solidarity. It's not real. It's a facade. Because this is how they really feel. This is what they want. They want it to go back to not affecting them. They're just waiting it out. So we're going to wait it out. Because no matter how racist, how hateful y'all can still be, even though y'all see how much that is a detriment to your whole existence, and you are still being this hateful and this racist, your reign is over.
Very well said. Very well said. Your reign is over, Esau Edom. Your reign is over. You know what I'm saying? So rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Right? Let's get that real quick. Let's go to Lamentations. You know what I'm saying? Because it's time for their kingdom to fall. And it's not our job to get in the way of prophecy. It's not our job to try and stop it. You see what I'm saying? The only way that righteousness is going to reign and going to come back into fruition, okay, and blossom once again, is when wickedness is taken down, man. And this kingdom is falling apart. Literally, right now, the markets are in an absolute turmoil right now. The markets are in turmoil. That gold and that silver that's skyrocketing, okay? The elites just dropped it. And it went so far down in price by percentages. Why? Because they're trying to make sure that this thing, you know what I'm saying, topples down on them. You know what I'm saying? The elites know that this is over. Okay? And to bring in this NWO, this new system, they got to crash this economy. You know what I'm saying? They got it rallied up and then they bring it down. Okay? while they're multi-billionaires like Warren Buffett, okay, and Ted Cruz and them, while they took all of their bonds out of these banks. You see? So their kingdom is falling apart. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked." You see what I'm saying? That cup is passing down to these Edomites now. Now they know what it's like to be hit with water cannons. I just saw a video with a chick getting hit with a water cannon, a woman, and then you got all these other crowds, all right, full of Edomites getting taken out with water cannons. Now they're using acoustic weapons against the crowds. You see? Verse 22, "The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins." All right? So while they're telling you that we're for the cause, we care about you and all this stuff, yada yada yada, deep down, they really wanted to just be us getting the brunt of this action. You see? So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, you black and brown people, so-called. They wanted to be you. Not them. Not them. Next video.
Don't be surprised if before all this is done, we all watch a child, like I'm talking 10-year-old child, executed in the streets, and then be told that they had it coming by both this administration and its supporters.
Tamir Rice was 12 years old when he was shot and killed by Cleveland police back in 2014 because he was playing with a toy airsoft gun. Countless conservatives tried to justify it. Trayvon Martin was 17 years old. Born in 95, same age as me. He would be 30 today if he was still alive. Shot and killed back in 2012. All he had on him was a packet of Skittles. Again, countless conservatives tried to justify it. This is why a lot of black people are chilling. This is why a lot of black people are sitting this one out. This is why a lot of black people don't trust y'all and can't take y'all seriously, because we have been sounding the alarm on killings like this happening in our community for centuries now. And it took a couple of white people being shot on camera for y'all to finally wake up. We're tired. We're so very tired.
God. So let me get this here. Let's go to I believe that bear with me, Akim, bear with me. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 15. And let's go to verse 5. It says, "For who shall pity upon thee? For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee?" Let's go back. Let's watch it. Let's look at this again. All right? Let's look at this. You see this? Did these people bemoan you? Did they have pity upon you? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, man. All right, they literally, what did they do? They celebrated. They rejoiced. They rejoiced when they built Alligator Alcatraz. And now people are literally watching, okay, violations to human rights, so-called. You know what I'm saying? And it's being done right in front of people's faces. You know? They championed that. They said, this is what I voted for. All right? And we told you that these Edomites was going to show their ass. And we told you, Jakes, all right? We told you, you Israelites from the southern tribes, we told you to stop laughing. Stop laughing at what's happening to these Israelites from the northern kingdom. You see, because it's going to come to you. All right? And when these Edomites finally open up on you, Jakes, man, you're going to understand. You understand that the prophets warned you.
Don't be surprised if before all this is done, we all watch a child, like I'm talking 10-year-old child, executed in the streets, and then be told that they had it coming by both this administration and its supporters.
Tamir Rice was 12 years old when he was shot and killed by Cleveland police back in 2014.
Right? So again, Jeremiah 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? You see? Nobody. Nobody cares about what happens to you niggas, you spics, you wetback tontos, man. Nobody. Nobody gives a shit. You know what I'm saying? But now that it's come upon them, now it's different. Right? And like I said, that is prophecy. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. And it reads, And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. You see? So now it's their turn to see what this feels like. And this is only just the beginning. All right? It's only just the beginning. But we told you, you know what I'm saying, never trust thine enemy, man. They'll pretend to help you. They'll pretend to be for your cause, man. They'll pretend to care about your plight. All right, let's go back to the book of Sirach, chapter 12. And verse 15 in the GNT, it says, An enemy will stay with you for a while, but not when trouble comes. He will speak fine words while he plots how to trap you. He will pretend to share your sorrows, but he will kill you if he gets a chance. You see? And this lady, all right, this lovely lady, Jane Elliott, which I believe she may be a Jake, all right, but that's neither here nor there. This lady, Jane Elliott, she exposed this years ago. She exposed this fake sympathy, you know what I'm saying, coming from these Edomites. She exposed that.
If you, as a white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our black citizens do in this society, please stand. You didn't understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it.
All right. So, you go back to how these jokers portray themselves around you. You know what I'm saying? Like I say all the time, the bigger the smile, the more dangerous they are. You know what I'm saying? The bigger the smile, the more dangerous they are, because they know how to hide their malice. And I wanted to give a quick testimony of something that happened to me this morning. I was heading to the plantation this morning. Took a quick stop to get a bite of breakfast. You know what I'm saying, before I head in. And these two Edomites walk in, you know what I'm saying, with the piece strapped on their hips. Okay. And one of those Edomites took a quick glance at me. I remember he had a cameo hat on. All right, so he had a cameo hat on, and he glared at me real quick. It was just a split second, but when our eyes met, I can see the malice in his eyes. I could see the hatred. And then I noticed the piece that was on there, that was on his clip and on his partner's clip. You know what I'm saying? And so I was with my brother at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because we both worked together. And, you know, as he was about to head to the cash register, you know what I'm saying, I signaled for him to stop moving. You know what I'm saying? Because he was about to move closer to these men, and he didn't notice at the time. Right? But when he saw what I saw, okay, then he felt it real quick. You know what I'm saying? So, to be quite honest with you, I prefer that kind of Edomite. I prefer that Edomite as opposed to this crowd of Edomites here. You see what I'm saying? This crowd right here.
Want to be treated the way and understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here.
These are the Edomites that I despise the most, because they don't tell you how they truly feel. But this Edomite that I saw in the store this morning, I like him. I like him, and I like his partner. You know why? Because they'll tell you the truth. I ask people all the time, you know what I'm saying, if you had to choose, the deal between an anaconda and a rattlesnake, which snake would you rather deal with? All right. A lot of people say that they would rather deal with the anaconda, but that's not the wise decision. The wise decision would be to deal with the rattlesnake, because the rattlesnake will tell you that he's going to bite you. The anaconda doesn't tell you that. The anaconda sneaks up on you when you least expect it. He strikes. Again, let's go back to Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. It reads, verse 10, it says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." Jumping down to verse 13, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast?" You see? GNT, it says, "Nobody feels sorry for snake charmers or wild animal tamers who get bitten." You see what I'm saying? But if you're walking around and you see this wild rattlesnake, you're not going to go near it. He's rattling his he's rattling his tail. You know what I'm saying? He's getting ready to hit you. So keep your distance. You see? So I prefer those Edomites that I saw this morning than any of these people in the crowd. You see what I'm saying? So never trust thine enemy, man. Verse 15, it says, "An enemy will stay with you for a while, but not when trouble comes. An enemy will stay with you for a while, but not when trouble comes. He'll speak fine words while he plots how to trap you. You know what I'm saying? That goes into what? That goes into the book of Psalms. Right? Psalms chapter 55, I believe. All right. Psalms 55 and verse 20 says, He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. And this is what they always do. They always break their treaties and their covenants, you know what I'm saying? Their agreements. In verse 20 it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. You see? So be that looking glass. All right. Don't follow these people to deal with what they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Let them have it. You know what I'm saying? Let them fight for these rights of theirs. Let them fight for the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third, Fourth, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Let them fight. Okay? Let them go at it. Because I want you to keep in mind, the target is and always will be you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, Seminole Indians. It's all about you. You are the target. But they weren't expecting you to not show up. You see what I'm saying? They weren't expecting you to stay home. This is why they got these agents showing up claiming to be Black Panthers, you know what I'm saying? And when it was exposed that he was not a part of them, then he calls himself a part of the Black Lion Party. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot of stuff that's going on now. Now Captain Tazariak is being asked, you know, what would you do concerning ICE? You know what I'm saying? And all these snares are being placed. Why? It's because you Israelites are the target. You see? Not these Edomites. You Israelites. So, remain circumspect. Be that looking glass. And keep watch. You see what I'm saying? Keep watch. So I'm going to cut that there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well or who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.